right there.
I know.
Fuck me.
Right. All right. I think I've just started by mistake. Guys, we are actually live right now. I was just catching Ten Hag's post-match interview, and I pressed the live go, and I was trying to think of something to actually say to open up tonight, guys. This is Forever United TV. I'm Adam. Man United have just been beaten 4-3 by Chelsea, and I don't know how. Well, refereeing and United switching off. I've just listened to what Ten Hag has said, and he said that he's not putting it down to lack of concentration. He's trying to cover it up by saying this is a team game and we make mistakes as a team. I understand that in the whole concept of the game, but there was moments there where individual errors cost Manchester United. When you've got someone like Anthony who's busted a gut and you're trying to blame a team issue for conceding goals that late in a game, I'm not having it. Like, I feel sorry a little bit for Ten Hag tonight. I do, after what happened with the refereeing, but we have got to break this down somehow. And like I said, I was struggling. Me and Jay were just talking off air about how we even open up with this and where we begin. But Jay, first of all, thank you for staying up late and having to go through this. It's not been an easy night for United. At times, I thought, wow, I love this. This is like a team that's fighting. I thought after the Liverpool game, that was the only way we could play. It was very similar to the Liverpool game, but on the other end of the result, really, Jay, wasn't it?
So, Adam, at 2-0 down, I tweeted that we need a Rocky IV style comeback. I again tweeted again at half time. I basically was saying, yeah, I told you so. And I had that gif up of Ivan Drago in the corner saying he's like a piece of iron. I thought it too, lads. Let's go and do this. Garnacho gets that cross from Anthony, cross the season, I would argue. We've discussed Anthony in a while. But at 3-2, Ten Hag kicks off. Hoyland brings on the chart enthusiast, aka Belfast Bebe. And I said to you off air, and it went to shit. It's a passionate play, Adam. We discussed it. It was around the 85th minute, I think. We're 3-2 up. Bruno wins the ball on our box, crosses it out to Anthony, sprints down the wing, beats the fullback, and he has to check his run because he's waiting for someone to go in the box. Now, previously, Hoyland was still going into the box, but this was Rashford. Rashford is jogging. We're on the counter-attack, and he jogs into the box. The centre-back loses the ball, Chelsea, and Rashford nonchalantly jogs over to him. It's a 50-50. If you can't be arsed to get into the box, Marcus, at least make an effort and win the 50-50, and we might get a shot off. But no, can't be bothered, can't be arsed. So for me, Ten Hag bagged on there about team performance and concentration. Well, Eric, you put Marcus on. And Marcus, again, couldn't be arsed. You called last night. You wanted Anthony to play. You were spot on. Tonight, Anthony ran, I would argue, more meters than Rashford has in about 3 years. But here we are, losing 4-3. We grasped the loss from the jaws of victory. We'd have taken a point at 3-3. It was 86, 87 seconds left at 3-3. Surely, Captain Bruno or Maguire with his former captain could calm them all down and just bloody boot the ball into Rosell, do anything. But the sloppiness of that fourth goal, Adam, you wouldn't see it in schoolboy football.
No.
And I'm trying my best to stay calm now because it's late and I don't want to go on a rant. But it's so hard to sit here and analyse that capitulation in London. That's what it was, Adam, a capitulation.
Yeah, that to me, I think is, do you know what? We're all angry. We're all emotional. We're all like wanting to kill the referee. Yeah, I want to rip his head off. I want to rip everyone at Stockley Park. I want to go and blow the place up. I'll quickly go into that. Just the sheer need to give that penalty and making everything happen in favour of Chelsea. Just trying to find any slight little touch. I mean, you could have grazed a bootlace and they would have given that penalty. It was an absolute joke. Both penalties weren't penalties. But Manchester United switching off for the first goal, switching off for the last goal, that is beyond unprofessional and is inexcusable for Manchester United. We are kamikaze central right now, this football team. It is. We'll go and try and score more than you. And when we do get in front, we're going to just sit and try and hold. Like, the game, I agree, in a way, was... I mean, Rashford played his part in the third goal. I've got to give him credit for his simple pass. He couldn't have got it wrong even if he tried. It was an easy pass, and it set Anthony on his way. Anthony made that goal. He made the goal. He made the run. It was an absolutely outstanding cross. Anthony was man of the match for me. Garnacho scraped it simply because he got the 2 goals. This shows you in football how dodgy it is. You've got a guy walking off with the match ball, having won the game 4-3, who hasn't got man of the match. This is how Premier League is now. And everybody knows this. United have been involved in games this season. Scott McTominay, Old Trafford. You've got Ahmed Diallo against Liverpool at Old Trafford. You've got last-minute goals going in. You are switched on all the way through. It's a joke how much injury time there is in football these days. It's a joke what the referees are doing in trying to find these incidents. But as a player, you know what is coming. You know that this team is going to keep going because they're going to get the opportunity to because of injury time. And for you to switch off from a set piece, it's not even the emotion of a free-flowing moment. It's a set piece. And yet, again, injury time, having been in a game, you switch off like that. Brentford, byline, cutback. Chelsea, first goal, byline, cutback, switch off. Chelsea, last goal, injury time. Corner, byline, cutback, switch off. What is going through these players' heads right now? There are drills that you do in training. There are simple basics that you do in football that you do not forget. If you do, then you're not a professional footballer and you do not belong in a United shirt. You don't belong in any team's shirt if you cannot see a game out like that. Emotions take over. Yes, I understand that. You're angry, but you're professional. You hold on to what you've got. You don't just blow it like that, switching off. It was embarrassing, the end of that game for us and how we did. I can throw all sorts of abuse at the referees, and I did do in the game. I've lost it. My head is still buzzing right now, Jay. Like, I can feel it thumping. Like, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight after that. I'm absolutely devastated because that, for me, is the end of Ten Hag. He's done. There is no way back. Like, we've got no defence. We have got 4 centre-back injuries in the space of 4 days. Like, what the fucking hell is going on at this football club right now? It doesn't matter what happens, who comes on, nothing will work. It is just hit and hope. I have to quickly just say thank you to DJ John for gifting the membership. UK Strains, welcome to the members club. Yet again, my friend, love that you're back in there. MDR Samurai with a super chat. Only this squad can snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Need to defend. Let's bring on the best defenders, Rashford and McTominay. Again, Jay, Marcus Rashford, what was Rasmus Højlund doing wrong at 65 minutes? Yes, like I said, Rashford was involved in a goal. It looked like a smart move from Eric, but Rashford doesn't defend. Like, it's hard for me. Where are you at in terms of like going for the win at that stage and sort of realising who is better at holding the ball up and possibly... I'm stuck, mate. I'm stuck, Jay, because I think Rasmus Højlund can do exactly what Marcus Rashford did in that game there. There was no need to bring him off, in my opinion.
Adam, any competent 16, 17-year-old player, male or female, could do that pass. Not a hard pass. When we saw the lineup, I think we were all delighted. Okay, finally, Ten Hag has seen the error of his ways and he's benched Rashford. But then he could not bloody resist it to bring him on. There was absolutely no need to bring him on. He couldn't take off Anthony, because Anthony had his best game, I would argue, ever for United. Garnacho definitely couldn't come off. There was no reason for Garnacho to come off. So leave Marcus Rashford on the bench. We're trying to close the game down. You don't have to bring him on. Especially don't bring him on as centre forward when it's been proven time and time again that he's not up to the job. So that's on Ten Hag, plain and simple. Now, I agree with every point you made about the referee. The referee was absolutely atrocious. He was their 12th man. And how they managed to find 8 minutes extra time is beyond me.
Yeah.
Armand Bissaka got that little knock to the head. He was down for maybe a minute or two. There hadn't been 10 substitutions. Each manager hadn't used their 5 subs each at that stage. So where's the 8 minutes? So there's definitely a seedy element has developed in the game where I think they really wanted those extra time because they want the drama. They want the I suppose almost like the documentary style Amazon Prime finish to games. I think the Premiership now it's almost like a script.
Entertainment, mate.
That's what they want. That's what they want. It's gone very NFL-esque where so many games on a Sunday NFL come down to that last-ditch throw, the last-ditch field goal, because it's entertainment and that's what they want. But this is football, not NFL. And I think the Premiership are very much in danger of going down the entertainment model as opposed to the sporting model. And tonight was a proof of it as well. But to your point, Adam, 2 games in a row.
Yeah,
we are winning the game. Deservedly or not is beside the point. And we can't do basic, simple defending from set pieces twice in a row. That's from a training ground. That's from the manager. Now, any manager worth their salt will have a little word with the closest player to them on the pitch. The next time the ball comes near you or player comes near you, go fucking down. Kill the clock. Kill the clock. Black arts football. We've seen it down the years, and I think initially when Ferguson was playing in the old European Cup and Champions League, he found it very difficult to cope with the black arts football against Italian teams. But eventually, Ferguson copped on and he adapted to the game. But Ten Hag, for a European manager, he's got to a semi-final of the Champions League all those years ago. Surely he's got some element of the dark arts should be in and just kill the game out. Take your win, but no, didn't even have the basic cop on to invoke some dark arts. So the question now, Adam, is, and everybody in the fan base is, where do we go from here?
Well, this is it. Mr. Cheetah, who's been a member for 4 months, cheers, mate. He's questioning capitulation. Bruv, are you for real? The ref was shocking. Yeah, we know, mate. It was. But it was, again, like, we completely switched off. That is pretty much capitulating in... How do you go from winning that game to losing it in the time we did? But not only doing so, but like you just said then, Jay, like doing it 2 games in a row, so close together. You learn from mistakes, surely, but we do not. It's like, I said it, like, I felt comfortable like us keeping the ball, but why are we sitting back? We're going deeper and deeper and deeper. We've just changed our centre-back pairing twice in 1 game, again for the 2nd game in a row. You've seen what chaos that causes. You try and use what has worked in the game to see it through. You sit deep, you do not win. That is a fact with Manchester United. You can never see out a game. We haven't got the capabilities of seeing out a game. We have learnt this. Yes, people would go mad if we went to try and finish it off and we ended up losing a goal, but to lose it in that manner, yes, the ref played his part. He was Chelsea's 12th man. He was an absolute disgrace and should not be reffing this weekend. The man is a clown. Every single decision he made today was just up Chelsea's ass. Every single one of them. Them Chelsea fans were done. They knew they were beaten. They knew they were done and dusted there, and it was gifted back to them. But United don't help themselves. They really don't. Diogo Dalot has had a bit of a mare today. He really has. He has had a good... He's had a good performance going forward, but defensively, he's had a bit of a shocker there today. He really has. And I want to defend him. I want to call it one of them games, but Jake keeps coming back to me again. Like, This just happened 4 days ago. You were winning with injury time, and somehow you've managed to switch off, like switch off to a point where it's going to cost the manager his job. The manager's job is on the line here. You've got refereeing decisions like that, and then you've got a team that turns off. I mean, you can criticise Ten Hag all you want, the substitutions again and everything like that, but Jay, I have to sort of come in and defend him a little bit just tonight that the centre-back partnership, again, 4 centre-backs injured, Jay, in 2 games, having come back from the international break. It is just beyond a joke. That's 57 injuries. Like, Johnny Evans was clearly not ready. Do you risk him even being on the bench at that stage?
No, you don't. Kambala, when he come on, I thought he did okay.
He did well, mate. He did. You're right.
He did okay. He's a young kid, and so the weekend, are we looking at Harry Maguire and Kambala starting against Liverpool?
Yep, that's what we are.
That's what staring us down the face. And if we get smashed on Sunday, again, I've been very critical of Harry Maguire for years. I'm not going to blame Harry Maguire. I'm not going to blame it on Kambala. I'm going to blame it on the club not buying a centre-back during the summer. Ten Hag wanted Kim Min-jae. He was there for the taking, low-hanging fruit. Club didn't do it. And that being said, then, John Murtagh, he's still there. He's still there making decisions involved in negotiations. So I asked a question before you made a statement. I asked, where did it go from here? Right now, Adam, between now and the 3rd week in May, it's a case of damage limitation. The players proved tonight, if beyond a shadow of a doubt, that they have very fragile mentality. Their mentality is paper thin. I'm sure most of us watching the game were thinking at 2-2, wow, have we actually turned the corner? These players are actually showing some bottle, some conviction, some desire, but we just cannot close it out because the players are mentally frail. And that's seeped into the club for the last 4 or 5 years. They're mentally frail. I don't want to keep harping on about other managers because people will say, oh, Jay, you're old school, you're not with the kids and the current pros. But if a player is weak mentally, when it gets hard on the pitch and he has to make these critical decisions, he's not going to be up for it. I was at a Barcelona coaching conference last year. I think we discussed it off air once. And to discuss the key difference between a top-level elite pro and a journeyman pro was his ability to process information and how fast he can process it. So we have tonight the 11 players in the pitch that could not process. It's 3-3. There is seconds to go. Process to fucking kill the clock. Close down absolutely everything. Key information. They either couldn't process it or just simply hadn't got the courage to do it. And I think, Adam, we go on with standards, we go on with mentality. I think there's a lot of lack of courage on that side.
Yeah.
Really and truly is.
I'm going to come to the chat to get some opinion. We've got a few super chats to get through. First of all, DJ John T, thank you for the super chat. But to all you guys screaming Erik ten Hag out, who do you want to come in? Look at our bench. We have crap on our bench. What do you want him to do? I mean, Rashford, I agree with DJ John. I thought Mount was excellent when he came on. I thought Camberwell was excellent when he came on. I thought Johnny Evans was excellent when he came on until he got injured. Like, I don't think the bench was the issue there tonight. I think it was like mainly what Jay was saying there, like the mentality, like the weak mentality of being able to game manage. Lee Mack with a super. Cheers for that, Lee. Absolutely bottle jobs. Another 20-plus shots conceded. Ten Hag out. I want this season to finish. This was the first time Manchester United have lost 17 games in the season in 34, 35 years. It has been an absolute shocker It really has. One more super chat just to bring in from Leo J. Cheers for that, Leo. Adam and Jay, do you agree we need to sign 2/3 centre-backs in the summer? Forget the other positions. We need to fix that back line. Like, Jay, you build from the back, obviously. Success is built from the back. It's the age-old saying, we cannot structure anything with the amount of injuries that we are getting. Like, as I mentioned it a minute ago then, Jay, like, we are now throwing academy players in to a team that has got on its books, what we're thinking here is we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we officially have 5 full international centre-backs, professionals, not academy players, 5 centre-backs, and we are putting on an academy graduate in a game that needs to be won for the managers to keep his job, basically, to keep United in the hunt for Champions League and European football at all now. We'll come on to that in a minute, but this is horrific. Like Leo says there, like, I'm scared every time anyone comes on the pitch. I'm scared anytime a player goes down. There cannot be any consistency built if we are dropping centre-backs and injuries the way we are right now. I fear for any player in a United shirt right now, Jay. We've talked about it before, but it's gone beyond the joke right now. Like, we could sort of argue the point in a way as well that sort of organisation went out the window as soon as the injuries started hitting us the way they did. Like, Evans was all over the game. I thought he was brilliant. He comes off. Varane comes off. Maguire, to his credit, I'm looking at him and I'm going, like, he's had 2 different centre-back partners in one bleeding game. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know what the answer is, mate. I'm scared if we buy anyone that they're going to get the same curse because Camberwell and Maguire against Liverpool, Jay. Where's it gone? Like, how did we get in this state?
So we've lost 4 centre-backs in 180 minutes of football. Surely, Adam, that is unprecedented in professional football. If anyone in the chat can do some research and ascertain has that actually ever happened in football before, I would be delighted to know, because I'm sure it's a first. This season, Adam, it's cursed, mate. It's absolutely cursed. You asked, where do we go? So you asked me, we go back. You asked me a month ago, we were going to transfers and who would I sign? And I said, spine of a team. And we both agreed, spine. Your centre back, your centre mid, your striker. But now I want to revise that statement and say, yeah, get me 2 centre backs. Go and spend £100 million on 2 centre backs, and do it as a matter of urgency. Because any manager, whether Ten Hag stays or goes, or whoever comes in, that the back 4 is like this season, Adam. We conceded over 50, 60 goals a season. 60 goals a season, including Champions League. Like, that's like something you see a pub team, like a poor pub team, at the most base level of football, would concede that amount of goals.
Yeah.
And here we are, and we're going to discuss now, can we make 6th or 7th for Europa League?
Yeah,
we're like a pub team, just with better haircuts and flashier cars. That's what we're like, mate.
Yeah, gotta get that. I like to balance the argument, and it's another point from Mr. Cheetah with a super chat. Cheers for the super chat, mate. Lads, I feel the pain just the way you do, but I don't think Erik ten Hag should be smacked with all of the shit. Do you actually see the bench and squad overall? I do. I understand what you're saying, Mr. Cheetah. I do, and I appreciate the super chat, mate. Thank you. I also look at the defeats this season, 17. I also look at Erik ten Hag coming out and saying he's not bothered about the amount of shots we're conceding. It's okay to concede more shots than Sheffield United in a season, who are piss poor. No, it's not. It really isn't. Eventually, them shots are just going to go in, and it's 4 more conceded today. Manchester United are -1 goal difference. We lost the Champions League group, finishing bottom behind Galatasaray and FC Copenhagen. We lost to Newcastle in the Carabao Cup, who played 4 fullbacks because they didn't have any fit centre-backs. We were beaten 3-0 with ease by their second-string team. There has to be a line drawn at some point where you say, look, we are struggling with injuries. The refereeing decisions are bad. The bench isn't good enough. He hasn't had what he's wanted in the transfer market. But there is inexcusable factors at play here that Erik ten Hag cannot get past. And he has to hold his hands up as part of this. He does. There is no excuse for losing to a second-string Newcastle side. There's no excuse to losing to Galatasaray and Copenhagen and not even finishing for the Europa League. Being beaten by Bournemouth, Fulham, Crystal Palace at home. Conceding goals in the depths of injury time. 2 games in a row. This is all there for everyone to see. It has been a disaster of a season. And at one point, a so-called big club has to stand up and go, this is unacceptable. Right now, if we'd have been struggling in 4th or 5th and we hadn't conceded, we're still in the Europa League right now, I think Ten Hag's got an argument. The fall-off this season has been monumental. And this is why Ten Hag is going to lose his job. This has been like beyond anything we have ever seen. This is worse than... This is getting close to David Moyes finishing second after the team finished champions right now. Because, Jay, like we said right now, I mean, Manchester United, I'm going to bring up the table again and where we're at and what's actually going on. Right now, so Villa are in 4th, as we know. We would have been a lot closer in a better position, but 1 point from the first 2 games, 1 point from 6 after the international break. That leaves us 8 behind with a game in hand. No, that's wrong. What is going on there? That is not updated. Sorry. I'll go through that again, Jay. Bear with me a second. So, Villa are on 59. Manchester United are 11 points behind Villa with 8 games to go. We have got a game in hand, but the max we can get to is 8 behind. Villa have to lose 3, and we cannot afford to lose any more. Spurs, 57. We are 8 behind them. We're 9 behind Spurs, playing the same amount of games. Spurs, I don't see them losing 3 games and us being perfect from now until the end of the season. The worrying side of that is, Jay, that we are 5 points clear of Brighton and Chelsea, who are in 9th and 10th. This is out of Europe football territory we're talking about right now. Europe altogether, from finishing 3rd. This is what I'm talking about, drop-offs. And the mentality, the injuries, and everything else we were talking about then, the serious realisation that United fans need to let sink in right now is we've got Liverpool this weekend who are fighting for the title. If we lose that, that's 1 point from the last 3 games. And then all of a sudden, that win ratio that everyone's raving about for Ten Hag goes out the window. It does. Ten Hag doesn't moan about injuries when United win a game. Like, we were struggling against Liverpool to get a team out on the pitch. And we didn't moan about injuries then. Everyone put in a shift. So we can't have it both ways. I look at it, I go from Manchester United in 6 all the way down to Wolves. Actually, do you know what? From Manchester United in 6th position, Jay, on 48 points, there's 6 points, 7 points even to Bournemouth in 12th. We are closer to 12th in the league, bottom half of the table, than we are to Spurs above us. This could go either way, Jay. And let's not forget, Newcastle below us, we have to play them. Brighton below us, we have to play them. Bournemouth below us, we have to play them. As well as Liverpool and Arsenal. And the way we're playing, Jay, I fear that this could get worse before it even starts to get anywhere near promising again. And I feel like this is how Ten Hag is going to end up losing his job. The position and where United are and how everyone in the world is looking at this football club right now is why Ten Hag is going to lose his job for me.
Yeah, I'm looking at the table here, Adam. From 30 games, because it hasn't updated yet. So 30 games, 115, drew 3, lost 12, -1 goal difference. 8 games to go. we're going to lose. I'm going to say here right now, we're going to lose at least 3 of those 8 minimum, and 2 of which I think will be Arsenal, Liverpool. Brighton, you say 43, Newcastle 44, West Ham 45, Breen Darn next. The fall off from last season's 3rd place has been nothing short of catastrophic. It's like watching one of those disaster movies where you got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson flying in a helicopter and one bullet, and he managed to blow up an entire building. But we don't have a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. We don't have a savior. We don't have a savior. There's no magic bullet for us that's going to save us. We are a upper mid-table team. And that's what Ten Hag has made us this season. And park injuries. Every club gets injuries. We said it on previous shows. It's season 2. I don't believe he should get a a 3rd season based on those numbers. How can he sit down at a performance review and justify that monumental drop-off? He simply can't. And you think Brisford and Sir Jim would accept that level of mediocrity? I don't think so.
No.
So, but the problem is, Adam, getting rid of Ten Hag, that's all well and good. That's not the magic bullet. He's also got to cull the players. And this summer would have been the Euros. The players finish up 3rd week in May. They're going to get 2 weeks off, 10 days off. Then they're going to link up with the national teams. And Adam, how hard it is to do business in the best of times, the best summers for any club. But put into the mix the Euros. You're probably going to have a 7 week window between the Euros finishing and the players going in pre-season to get business done. So I can't see how they can sack Ten Hag and make 3 to 5 signings and sell 3 to 5 players. That's 10 deals, Adam, in about 6-7 week window. It's impossible, mate.
Yeah,
and that's a very stark analysis, but I think they're the facts, mate.
Yeah, the facts are hard to take in because it's like whichever way, it's like getting rid of Ten Hag causes problems. Keeping Ten Hag causes problems. It's what's the lesser of the evils. It's like, I feel like ultimately, Jay, that we have to accept that Manchester United are going to fall even more for us to now get anywhere near back to where we should be or where we see ourselves. The problem I've got with that again, and it comes back to Sir Jim Ratcliffe again. I'm not having a go at him here, but the big mistake and the big worry was that 3-year time. Like, he has set himself up for a fall. Like, this summer has to hit the ground running. He has to get things changed quickly for Manchester United to start getting anywhere near up to where he needs to be or where he said we are going to be in 3 years. Like, even competing for the Champions League right now, we seem a million miles away from it. We're seeing frailties in this squad mentally with players that just cannot handle the pressure. We're seeing young lads being brought into an environment of absolute meltdown senior players to an extent that I've never seen before at this football club. And we've had some shit over the last decade, mate. We really have. But Bruno Fernandes's fall off, he had a alright game with it in the first half today. But second half, like, honestly, again, I'm questioning him. I'm like, where's the leadership there? You've got last season's captain and Harry Maguire. Between them, they should be able to see that game out and organise that team. You had players on that pitch that would work and would run through brick walls for you. They would. Anthony, you had a guy on the bench in Ahmad. Why was he not brought on again, Eric? You moaned in the Liverpool game. The guy has just give you your best moment at the football club near enough. Coming off the bench and doing absolutely everything possible. He is there on the bench. Again, the emotion of the game got him sent off. You come out after the game and said, this kid belongs, he belongs on the pitch. It's a shame, and I'm absolutely gutted that he's not had the game time he deserves. You had an opportunity today to not even play Marcus Rashford and just bring Amad Diallo on, who is going to work harder and give you more, but you didn't. And again, everyone is going to question you on that. right, it's like you said then, Jay, like there's too much to do. And then you start to think and your head starts to start getting warm. Like, seriously warm. You think your head's going to explode because there's no way we can sort this out all in one. Something like it. For me, I just feel like we need to lose again, like next season. I don't think it's going to improve that much next season because there's too much to get through. I think we're going to have to accept that work is going to be done off the pitch significantly and it will move in the right direction. Right now, you need to look at that squad and go, right, 16 players out the door. Gone. Make that your priority this summer. And yeah, we can bring in 5 or 6 players, possibly. That needs to happen this summer for me. There are too many players at this club that are just not going to be able to contribute. Some players that are just never fit. And you have to make a brutal decision. A very, very tough call for Minios this summer. And you said it the other day, Jay, didn't you? Like, their meetings with today with Brailsford, hopefully they are trying to sieve out the weak ends of this squad and figure out where their players' heads are at, because it is all mental when it comes to Manchester United. I just need to get through some super chats quickly before you come in on that, Jay. By the way, Adam and Jay, it's minus 19 Celsius here. Wow, that is cold. That is cold for this time of year, but Sweden is cold. Let's just see, there is one more super chat there, I know, from Leo, who says, this isn't acceptable, and if things don't improve, we need a manager that commands respect. We need Ancelotti or Enrique. Pay the money, get them. Jay, in terms of the workload again for the summer, it comes down to that now, doesn't it? Because I think every United fan has written this season off. Like, the ultimate embarrassment will be losing in the final to Manchester City. And that will be the end of it. What a way to go out. It's probably the most fitting way to end the season like we've just had, is it not?
I think it's almost like poetic that Ten Hag will go to 2 FA Cup finals against City. I don't know if everyone live chat recalls that game. We didn't turn up. FA Cup final, his chance to win 2 trophies in his first season. The players did not turn up for that cup final. And here he is now on the brink of repeating it. Like, Pep could play his second 11 and beat our best team on paper right now at a canter. And that's very, very sobering. But again, us even talking about a cup final or referring to a cup final, I think it's disrespect for the Coventry. After what we've seen tonight and last weekend, Adam, I now fear us against Coventry. That's how much damage tonight has done to me.
Brian says, Eric Ten Hag has nothing to do with it. He's being ordered to play Rashford, Bruno, McTominay. He's just waiting to get sacked. If that's the case under Ineos, who are in charge now, Brian, then the club is finished. It's completely done. This is their chance to change things right now this summer. This is why it's so huge. Like, this could be the start of the return or the complete and utter end of this football club. I cannot see the club having a say-so over Ten Hag in playing Rashford and McTominay and Bruno Fernandes. Like, they cannot force a manager to play these players. Surely not. If it is, then we are all done and dusted. We might as well just give up right now. That's how bad that is. But you only have to look at the facts. And the table never lies. You're out of the cups, bottom of the Champions League group. The only thing left this season is the FA Cup. I think it's getting to a stage close, Jay, where you try and save some players for the FA Cup games and try and get in the Europa League through winning the FA Cup. We're getting very close to that. That sounds absolutely ludicrous, but right, I'm looking at that league table, and there's 2 games that I think we could probably win, which is Sheffield United at home, and they run Liverpool close tonight, and Burnley, who managed to draw, I think, with Chelsea with 10 men, and we were winning in injury time with 11 men, and we lost.
I'm just going to look at the fixtures here and just look at the run-in, and let's just extrapolate, Adam. Just and we asked everyone in the live chat: the games coming up, how realistically, how many points can we get from the final games?
Oh,
And
mate. Well,
where
I
are we
said we
here?
beat, but I said we beat Brentford and we beat Chelsea. We're 5 points down already. Like
So
Liverpool, I don't think we'll beat Liverpool. So there's 1 point from possible 9, and that's defeat number 13 of the season. And records keep on tumbling in the wrong direction. I think it's Sheffield United after that.
it
Oh
is, yeah,
no,
at home.
and then it's the FA Cup, is it?
Yeah, and then we got Burnley at home.
Yeah.
So again, logic would dictate, again, logic, we win at home against Sheffield United and Burnley. That's 6 points. Then it's Palace away. That's got draw written all over it. Then Arsenal, the game I'm meeting you for, at home. And finally, Brighton away, last game of the season.
Wow.
So apart from Sheffield and Burnley, I'm not confident about any of those games, mate. None of them.
Honestly, I'm not confident about Sheffield United. I'm not.
Relegation battle.
Yeah, I'm
Needing the
not
point.
confident
Yeah.
about Burnley. They run us close last time at their place. Sheffield United run us close at their place. Like, we are not capable of putting any team to bed comfortably, even at Old Trafford. We needed 2 penalties to beat Everton. That was a poor game. We lost to Fulham. Like, we got by on pure emotion against Liverpool, but our league form, and everyone was holding on to the fact that we'd turn a corner in 2024. We then lost to Fulham. We then lost to City. We got the win against Everton, but then a draw and another loss to Chelsea. That's just sent it over the top, Jay. We are now really, really struggling, I feel. I think 2024 has gone the complete up. It's just done a full reversal on Erik ten Hag. He had that to cling on to. I think the players and the injuries, that excuse is going to keep on coming in. I don't think he can build a solid enough team with characters with the amount of injuries he's getting. And everyone else just seems to be able to... Everyone else seems to be able to figure us out, Jay. It's like, to concede the amount of shots we've conceded this season and him not being bothered about it, I think that on its own is the biggest worry for me. Like, he just seems to ignore the obvious. And that is right in front of him. It's like, law of averages would say you are going to lose and concede more goals if you concede that many shots. And again, another 4 today. It's embarrassing.
I suppose for me, the 3 biggest indictments that I have of Ten Hag is he's not concerned about the level of shots we concede. And he's not concerned about capitulation tonight and lack of concentration from the players. They're his words, not concerned about concentration or worse, that effect. You heard the post-match.
He said.
Yeah. And thirdly, his insistence of playing Rashford. Tonight, he couldn't help himself. He literally couldn't help himself. You raised an excellent point there. Ahmed on the bench, chomping at the bit. Okay, not a centre forward, not a striker. I get it. But the passage of play that I picked out where Rashford can be arsed to make a run into the box or close down centre half, Ahmed will be screaming for the ball and then breathing down centre back's neck to win the 50-50. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer almost went on about fine margins, and we give him a hard time about it. But sport, life, business, it is fine margins. Tonight, you got an Ahmed on there. We can look at a different result. But I digress.
Could well be. We've got to start looking ahead to Liverpool now. It's Friday tomorrow, the weekend's AJ.
Oh, no.
And we've got Liverpool, who have just won tonight again, 3-1. Top of the league, on a great run of games, looking for revenge against United. I just look at them and all their players coming back. Like, they are... Oh, honestly, this is painful beyond, it's going to be... Oh, Jay, I don't know. I'm gonna have to sleep on this one because I'm gonna have some really long sleeps on this one because I just have no idea how we counteract that Liverpool side with the team that we've got available to us. It is incredibly difficult. And it's going to be hard because we're not going to get any extra information. I'm sure that Ten Hag would have done his pre-match press conference ahead of the Liverpool game tonight. After the game against Chelsea, that's usually the protocol, and that will be tomorrow. Oh, and Liverpool came away unscathed tonight with no more injuries or anything else. Like, it's hard. Like right now, I'm stumped of where we go with this team. Like, I've never been this deflated and not having an answer. Like, I'll sleep on it and I'll come back tomorrow and I'll try and look ahead to how we can get past what is a huge ask this weekend. I mean, what do you reckon is going to happen at weekend, Jay? Like, hand on heart right now. Like, how do you see it going?
Hand on heart, Adam. I'm extremely fearful. It's a case of how many. Like, obviously, we don't know the extent of Brand's injury. We're not going to probably learn very much between now and Sunday. Evans clearly shouldn't have started tonight, even though when he came on, he was. I like Johnny. I'm biased towards Johnny, but look, you know what's going to happen the weekend. Rashford will start. Anthony, unfortunately, go back onto the bench. Tonight, Casemiro got overrun time and time again in the midfield. The amount of times he was left with a 2v1 or 3v1. Have his legs gone? The jury's out on that, but he's still Casemiro. Man, it's a case of how many. I hate even saying that. It sounds so defeatist, and that's not me. It's not my personality. But I am fearful, so fearful. Lads, drop in the live chat there. What do you think is going to be the result at the weekend? Just for shits and giggles, lads.
Yeah, 5-2 Sunday to Liverpool. Master of art of the ball control. That's the difference between MU and MC. Scoring is the byproduct of ball control and possession. Skelsers are chasing goals in case title goals to goal difference, says Michael Vine. That's a worry one. Jade says Liverpool will rout us again on Sunday like they did at the end of last season. Evans is too old to play at this level. Just retire, says Malps. Louise, will you and Adam be at the match on Sunday, or T4 match? I will be at the match, Louise. Kazzy's playing herself, and I think she's happy that she's actually not watching the Liverpool game. It's painful watching United at the moment. Like, it really is. We love our club, but we don't love getting embarrassed week in, week out. And I think that is on the cards this weekend. Only thing I'm holding on to is that they will feel like they were robbed tonight and they will want to come back and right some wrongs against Liverpool at weekend. But I just think the quality of Liverpool and the way they're playing, even if United played well, I think it's another defeat. And then the mounting pressure will just keep on mounting. And Jake, I think we're going to finish it there, mate. Guys, if you could just give the video a like, please. I think that'll take us over 300. That would be amazing just to finish up on some form of a high. But, Jay, I just want to say massive thanks for staying up, mate, and staying with us for that.
Look, it is what it is, but we do it for our love of the club, and we also do it because we love the people that are interacting with us on the live chat. Without you guys interacting, we have no show. There's no channel. So thanks for support. It's much appreciated.
Yeah, appreciate that, Jay, as well. Well said. I couldn't have said it any better. Guys, super chats, new members, everyone who's been with us on all platforms tonight, thank you. Thank you for putting up with me and all of my rants. I'm sure I wasn't the only one. I lost my shit tonight. I'm not going to lie. Like, my head is banging right now. I'm tired. I need to have a sleep. I need to sleep this off and come back tomorrow and try and figure out what the hell we do from here. But guys, massive thank you from all of you. For all of you, again, you've been immense all through the day. And we will be back tomorrow looking ahead, obviously, to Liverpool and what the aftermath of Chelsea was like. We're not going to have time to sit on this before it all starts again. Guys, give the video a like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're tuning in for the first time. Thank you for watching. Absolutely brilliant, as always. And yeah, we will see you over... Well, we'll see you over the weekend, but I'll see you firstly tomorrow. Oh, it's going to be brutal. Guys, have a good one.